today we are doing the first oil change on our 2018 Jeep Wrangler JL. This is the Sahara model with the 3.6 liter V6 Pentastar. And what you need for this is a 24 millimeter socket. In this case, we got ours from Lowe's. You're going to need a ratchet wrench, and then you need a 13 millimeter wrench for the drain pan bolt, and then you need this Pennzoil SAE 020, that's what it's known as, but on the back is a Jeep specification, or whatever Jeep calls it, which I'll tell you guys in a minute. Can't find it right now, but this motor has about 3,500 miles on it, and you probably want to do the first oil change around 3,000, but we've been waiting a little bit, and we're gonna go ahead and see how the first oil change goes. So it says right here, exceeds Chrysler MS-6395, right there. So you could probably look that up on their website and it'll come up and you could order it or whatever. Or you could probably, go down to your local auto parts store and just look for this exact stuff in the Jeep. And look at how tiny this oil pan is. It's adorable. Anyways, 13 millimeter wrench. Loosen it up. Gotta make sure you have your drain pan here. Just get it loose to begin with and then untighten it by hand. And this is gonna stream out very far and very fast. Just like that. This will take a minute to fill up. That is some black oil. Look at that. Coming out in a nice steady stream. Once it's done draining out, just hand tighten the drain bolt right now. Then you want to get it pretty snugly tight on there. Not too tight or else you might strip it. Or even, permanently get it stuck on there. And while you're under here, it's a good idea to just give pretty much everything a good little wipe down. If there's any stuck up leaves, up there or anything, get those right now. And then also this little pan here, I guess you could call it, rocks like, they really like getting stuck up in here. And in this case, I've already cleared them out, but there's like 10 or 15 little pebbles just stuck up in here. So while you're at it, you might want to put your hand in there and just grab it. And I forgot to show you this, but here is your oil filter. This is, of course, Mopar branded. There's a what I believe to be the model number. Look here on the box. There's all the information. And if you just open this up, it's pretty much like somewhat of a normal oil filter, except the normal, oil filter has a metal casing around it, but this is actually just the filter itself, which is really kind of cool. Here's a good look at it. And then a seal is in here too. You want to be careful with the seal. There it is. Don't bend this or anything or pull on it, or else, of course, oil will be spraying everywhere. Oil filter is right up here in the engine bay, right in the middle, right there. And that's what you're going to use your, 24 millimeter socket for, to get that off. Most oil filters on, like, for an example, a Mustang, they're down, in the bottom of the engine bay. And a good idea, it's like what my dad is doing right now, is to put some paper towels around where the oil filter is, because, of course, when you're going to take it out, it's going to be soaked with oil, and, well, oil will drip everywhere. So that's a very good idea. It's torqued down to 18.44 foot-pounds of torque. So whenever you go ahead and tighten it up, make sure you get it to that exact specification, because if not, it might leak. And if it's too tight, then, well, you'll strip it out and possibly never get it off right now. There it is. And it's dripping everywhere, so I got a towel underneath it. There it is. pry that top off. Is it stuck on there? Ooh, there we go. That's a good look inside. Let's go take a look at this oil filter, see how it looks on its first 3,000 miles.
And then you take this off.
Oh yeah, take the ring off. There's a close-up look. Doesn't look too bad. Not too dirty. Not bad. A good thing to do is put some oil on this O-ring or whatever you want to call it, seal. You just gotta fit it back on there, and then of course put your filter in with the flat end going in that way. And let's go ahead and take a look inside of there. Yeah, you can't really see much, but that's what it looks like without the filter. Yeah, get every little bit of hair or whatever that's on it. A little bit of dirt. Get it all off there. Oh yeah, good idea. And just put in like that. It's got to clip in. And make sure it goes down straight. Doesn't go in, you know, any specific way, but make sure it goes in straight. Just like that. And you gotta torque that down. So we would torque it down to 18.44, you know, pound-feet of torque or whatever, but we do not have a torque wrench. So just tighten it down to, you know, what you feel is right. What's not too tight and what isn't too loose. You gotta make sure it's perfect. There we go. That's probably pretty close. So now the next step is, of course, fill up the engine with oil. I got the top off for the oil, and it's pretty simple. You just, you know, untighten it, and then it comes right off. Make sure you don't get anything down inside of here, and if your engine bay is really dusty, make sure to wipe off around here so nothing falls into the engine, the actual engine itself. Then you want to put your funnel in, and then simply pour your oil. In, 5 quarts, which is, you know, the entire thing. Don't go too fast or else it'll spill out. And this will take a minute. I'm not going to record the entire thing, but once it's in there, make sure to have it upside down for a minute to get every bit out. So once all the oil is in, you want to grab your cap here and then put it on. You might have to turn it and it'll sit in place. And then there, it's nice and tightened. Next thing you want to do is check the oil level on your dipstick, and once that's good, you want to go ahead and reset the oil notification or whatever, because if you don't do that, it'll basically just keep counting on miles, and it'll eventually alert you saying, oh, change your oil now, it's too high, you know. So we'll show that in just a second. So here we have the big book. You could get this off of Jeep's website. I mean, this thing is thick, it's huge. But if you look right here, if you want to pause the video and look at that, then do that now. Give you a quick little look. So what you want to do is have the keyless entry thing inside of here. Press it to run. Wait for this little animation to finish. Then you have to scroll down. Keep going. This is going to take a minute. So I went by it. It's in vehicle info. And on yours, they'll probably show up like that. Shows the tire pressure. You want to go on over. And it will show oil life. In this case, we had 53% left. You want to hold OK. And there we are. It's back at 100%. So that reset it. And of course, if you don't do that, it'll just keep counting, and it will eventually tell you to change. So that's all you need to do to change the oil and reset the oil thing on your 2018 Jeep Wrangler. Now we could go ahead and start it right now. As you can tell, it's running great. driving out here no problem. So that was a full tutorial on how to do this. If you want to see more of these videos, make sure to go ahead and like this video and subscribe. And I'll see y'all next time. Goodbye.